This is Arnold Böcklin, painting himself while death plays the violin behind him. Most of us do not see death this close. He did. Part 1. The Encounter. There is a moment in life when everything becomes silent. The noise of the world fades, the ambition softens, the fear calms, and you are left with one presence only, yourself, and the shadow that has followed you since the day you were born. Arnold Böcklin captured that moment with brutal honesty. A man painting his own portrait. Behind him, death, not striking, screaming, terrifying, simply playing the violin, as if to say, I am here, I have always been. The painting is called Self-Portrait with Death Playing the Fiddle, created in 1872, in a century fascinated by science and rationality. Böcklin chooses something humanity tried to forget, that our entire existence is a negotiation between creativity and mortality. We create because we die. We imagine because we know our time is limited. Without death, art would have no urgency. Without endings, stories would never start. Böcklin did not paint death to glorify it. He painted it because it was the only honest thing to do. Part 2. The philosophy behind the canvas. In philosophy, there is a word for this awareness. Memento mori. Remember that you will die, not as a threat, not as punishment, as clarity. The ancient Stoics believed that only when you see your death clearly can you understand your values. Marcus Aurelius wrote that life becomes beautiful when you view every moment as a final moment. Seneca argued that people waste their life by waiting for the future, instead of living the present with intensity. Böcklin does not quote philosophy, he embodies it. The expression on his face is not fear, it is concentration. He keeps painting. Death plays the violin, the rhythm of time, and Böcklin works anyway. There is no escape. There is only creation in spite of the inevitable. This is the true heart of existentialism. Meaning does not come from the world, it comes from our response to it. Part 3. Death as companion, not the enemy. Most people misunderstand the painting. They think it is a warning or a threat, but look again. Death is not attacking, he is playing music. Böcklin transforms the figure of death from a horror into a collaborator. The violin is not a weapon. It is an instrument that sets the pace for Böcklin's art and life. In other words, death gives the rhythm, life dances. We often think that death destroys meaning. In reality, it creates it. If you had 1000 years to live, would you waste time loving deeply, working passionately, fighting for dreams, risking failure, or would you delay everything until tomorrow? The fitness of life forces urgency. It pushes us towards experience. Death is the most honest teacher of courage. Part 4. The birth of modern angst. Böcklin painted during a time when Europe changed violently. Industrialization, science, new philosophies, tearing apart tradition. People were becoming rational machines. Factories replaced villages. Religion collapsed in the minds of intellectuals. The world became faster, colder, more mechanical. Humanity was entering a crisis. If God is distant, if society is harsh, if the future is uncertain, where is meaning supposed to come from? Böcklin answers with a paradox. When the world abandons you, turn inward. When noise rises outside, turn to the silence within. He stops looking for salvation outside. He creates his own meaning with a brush. The painting is not about death hunting Böcklin. It is about Böcklin ignoring death long enough to do something beautiful. Part 5. The artist as warrior. Look at the posture. Back straight, gaze firm, hand steady. He knows what stands behind him. He knows the gravity of the existence of death. But he paints. This is what the Stoics called inner discipline. Not controlling the world, controlling the self. The world will collapse, but you stay focused. People will doubt you, but you keep working. Death plays the violin, the eternal reminder of time slipping through your fingers. And you finish the brushstroke. This is the essence of resilience, not loud victories. Quiet persistence. Part 6. The music of a violin. And why a violin? Why music? Because music is time made visible. Every note dies the moment it is born. Every melody is a sequence of vanishing moments. And yet it moves us and it shapes us. Death does not speak in the painting. He plays the rhythm of Böcklin's life. Every second is a note, and every heartbeat is percussion. The violin becomes the symbol of passing time and creative urgency. We often say we want more time, but Böcklin teaches something different. Use the time you have. Part 7. You and Death. Now we step away from Böcklin and step into ourselves. Every person watching this video has their own violin behind them. Some hear it louder when they are sick, others when they lose someone. Some hear it when they stare in the dark at night, wondering if their life matters. The violin plays differently for everyone, but the rhythm is the same. Time passing, moments fading, possibilities shrinking, but meaning expanding, if and only if you choose it. The painting asks you a simple question. What are you painting right now? Not literally, of course. Spiritually. What are you creating with your time? A memory? A career? A relationship? A belief? A story? You will die one day. So what are you doing today? Part 8. Depth instead of duration. The culture we live in today measures life by length. How long did you live? How long did your career last? How long were you successful? Böcklin flips the scale. Life is not about duration. It is about depth. A moment deeply lived can be more powerful than a year wasted in mediocrity. A single brushstroke, painted with sincerity, can outlive the painter. This is the revenge of art against time. Death wins the body, art wins the world. Part 9. Memento mori in the modern world. Why does this painting matter now? Because modern humans are terrified of death. Not because they fear dying, but because they fear not having lived. We distract ourselves, outrun silence, fill the day with tasks, because confronting mortality feels like standing naked in front of the truth. But Böcklin stands naked in front of it. He lets death be visible. He lets death play the violin. He does not hide. And this is why the painting is eternal. The modern world can learn something here. Stop escaping death. Let it focus you. Let it sharpen your values. Let it remind you that you're not here forever. Final reflection. Look at Böcklin one last time. He's painting his own face. You're painting your life. Death whispers its music, but you choose the shapes and colors. Maybe that is the secret meaning of the painting. Death shapes time, yet you shape meaning. Creation is rebellion against the inevitable. So create. Do not wait for tomorrow. The violin is only playing, and the notes are vanishing.